Folks, and as you may know, I love analogies. So today I'm going to use an analogy from a Seinfeld episode, from Seinfeld from years ago. So what's happened in this, just to kind of cue it up, and then I'll play a little bit of a clip from that, is that Jerry is gone for something. He's out of town. Elaine and Kramer, mostly Kramer, are watching his apartment. Unfortunately, Kramer leaves the door wide open, gets caught up watching a soap opera or something, and Jerry gets robbed.
Look, Jerry, I'm sorry. You have insurance, right, buddy?
No.
How can you not have insurance?
Because I spent my money on the Clapco D29. It's the most impenetrable lock on the market today. It has only one design flaw. The door must be closed!
To recap here a little bit, so Jerry had the Clapco D29. The door had to be shut for that Clapco to be of any use, and of course he didn't talk about it, but the lock has to be engaged because just shutting the door, not going over and turning the knob or whatever to engage the lock, would do him no good. So he really needed those 3 steps. So where's the analogy and how does that come in with you? We're going to talk about your glutes. So you've probably heard this over and over again. You've got to have strong glutes. Glutes are a runner's friend, and the vast majority of runners, unfortunately, don't have strong glutes. That's your Clapco D29. It's very important that you have those. You can go onto YouTube, a lot of other sources. There are bazillions of exercises that you can do for your glutes, but unless you happen to be blessed with really strong glutes, you probably need to be doing that glute and hip work. Get your Clapco D29. But that's not enough, because a lot of times people say, my gosh, I do all kinds of work on my glutes. I'm firing up. I can feel the bee stings in my butt. It's just not working. It's not doing anything. Well, there's a couple other things that could be going on. So one of which is you need to have uninhibited glutes, which is the equivalent of shutting the door. So it's very possible that you could have strong glutes, but they're inhibited. In other words, they're prevented from being able to be engaged and working. So just like with Jerry, he's got the Clapco D29, but if the door's not shut, he really can't use the lock. So what do you do about that? A common reason is hip mobility. It's not the only reason. There's all kinds of reasons why you might have inhibited glutes. If you go on YouTube, search for hip mobility, there are all kinds of little self-tests you can do to see how flexible your hips are, as well as exercises on that. And as I said, there are some other reasons why your glutes might be inhibited, but the hip mobility is a big one, so make sure that you can shut your door. The Clapco D29 is not enough without the shut door. And then finally, if I can get my paper up, you got to have glute activation. That's the equivalent of engaging the lock on the Clapco D29. So you could have strong glutes. They might not be inhibited, but they might not be active. They're not really ready to kind of get into the game and do anything. So what can you do about that? Again, if you go to YouTube and look for glute activation, you will find all kinds of little things you can do to help activate your glutes and get them going and being alert. I like to do Pilates circles before I start running. So Pilates circle is you are standing up, you take one foot out in the air, just maybe 6 inches, 8 inches away from your other foot, and you make a circle like the size of a football, maybe 12 times in one direction, 12 times in the other direction, really focusing on moving that with your glute. I've got a friend that before races, she punches her glutes. She will stand before the race, boom, 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 and just punch in her butt over and over again to wake them up. Again, there are many, many things you can do, but the glutes also have to be activated. So remember, make sure you have your Clapco D29, shut the door, engage the lock, and you will not only be a better runner, but less prone to injury.